Good morning and welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United transfer latest news. Four big targets, four realistic targets for a change to discuss for Manchester United today. I'm going to fly into the one that we said a week ago is a done deal, way before even the likes of the BBC started reporting it. A bit like Bailly, we did get a bit of a heads up that this was going to happen, and it will happen 100%. I said it last week. Breel Embolo will come to Manchester United. The deal will be done shortly after Euro 2016. I'm excited about this one. I know that some other people are a bit unsure about him. What I would say, just turned 19. I think he's around 6'1", 6'2". You've probably only seen glimpses of him in Euro 2016, or hi, Mark says Shekan, hi, mate. Or you've probably seen a lot of him on FIFA 2016, which, you know, I like FIFA. You get a lot of stick for saying that that's where you scout players. But in real life, he's a decent player. Very, very raw. If you saw him, especially in the cameo the other day for Switzerland, he was very, very raw. His first touch is a bit off. But for a player who is just like that young, he falls into the Rashford category for me. So much talent, so powerful. We've not really seen him in a one-on-one situation yet, but he's very, very clinical. And he's a very adept team player, which is exactly what you want. And it excites me again, because it's Mourinho again, defying this myth that he's not interested in youth. Bailly, very young. Embolo, very young. Adam Ounas, which we're going to talk about in a minute, which not a lot of you might not know about as well. But I'm really excited about him. And for those of you who don't know much about him, he's powerful. He's got very good technique, very big and strong, and very fast. Very raw. I don't expect him to play every week. I did my my predicted 11, how I would like us to line up against Bournemouth, and it's up on the channel if people want to watch that. And people thought, where's Rashford? Where's this? Where's Fosu Mensah? These sort of players, and Embolo falls into that category, and Bailly to a certain extent, they don't have to play from the start every game. People get lost in the starting 11. It's not a bit like Fellaini. It's not about who's in the starting 11. People pick up injuries, suspensions. As a squad player who's on the bench, you'll still play 30 to 40 games a season because there's always somebody injured. And that's where the likes of Rashford and Embolo fall into the team for me. Massive part to play. Massive growth, though. It's like Manchester United have said this morning, they're concerned about Rashford burning out because he's been playing week in, week out. It was the concern many of us had about him going to the Euros. I'm ecstatic he's there, but if you think about it, when the Euro 2016 finishes, it's only a week and a half later, Manchester United are playing in China. The likes of Rooney, Rashford, I mean, England won't get to the final, will they? But they do need a rest. And that's what the likes of Embolo, Rashford are. They're potentially world-class players of the future, like Martial. And they don't need to play every week, is my point. That's why Zlatan, who I want to just touch on very quickly, Zlatan's son wearing a Manchester United shirt all over Twitter last night. A lot of people think that means it's a done deal. I think it's a done deal anyway. I've done the videos on it. Everything suggests it's a done deal. Even at Di Marzio, who I'm going to discuss in a moment. Well, we'll discuss Di Marzio now. He was right about Manchester United and Mourinho 2 or 3 months before. He's been right about a lot of things. He says that the Embolo deal, now he's come out and said this, that the Embolo deal is so far advanced, it's now Mendes and his agent arranging the finer details. I mean, we said it a week ago, it's done. It's definitely done. And he's also been consistently saying that everything he's heard is that Ibrahimovic will sign for Manchester United. I'll be shocked if it doesn't happen, regardless of his son buying a Manchester United shirt. And I can't wait for it to happen. I think he's exactly the sort of number 9 we need, falling in around the likes of Embolo, who are raw, and Rashford, who is raw, who need to learn from somebody who's been there, done it, and what a sort of player to learn from. So the Zlatan deal will be done, and Embolo will definitely be done. Kieran says, question mark, if we're going to sign a midfielder, who would be your preferred player? It's almost as if we're in sync, Kieran, and I will go through to some of the comments just now for a moment, but I'm going to come back to that, Kieran, because it perfectly feeds me into my next question. Di Marzio deserves more credit, says, a bit like the United Stand, yeah. What do you think about Mkhitaryan, says Extreme HD Gamer Boy? I like the deal. What I'd say about Mkhitaryan is a lot of people are saying we don't need him, this, that, and the other. We do need a right midfielder. In my 11, I've got Willian, but I've said Mkhitaryan or Hirving Lozano from Mexico would really please me. But what makes me laugh, what makes me happy about the Mkhitaryan thing is Raiola is his agent. Well, Raiola is Pogba's agent, and he's also Zlatan's agent. So people are saying, it's just the agent looking for a better deal from Dortmund. I don't think it is. I think Rayola's got no reason as an agent to wind or use Manchester United to get his client a better deal when we're already very involved in him in relation to Zlatan and Pogba, hopefully. We don't know about that, but Pogba hopefully as well. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about Pogba other than I'd like him at Manchester United, but I think it's a huge deal. And I just feel that if Madrid come in for him, they'll get him. So not going to mention too much about Pogba. Embolo can play right wing, Mark, keep in mind, says Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Definitely can do. And it's that, so can Rashford, you know, it's like the options Roy Hodgson's got at England at the moment, but on a different level with Manchester United. We need that sort of options. Martial, I'd like to see Memphis. In fact, we're not doing a Sunday Night Live tonight, but we are releasing a video. Actually, I've just told a lie. I am doing a Sunday Night Live, but it's 7:30 tonight about a Manchester United player, and it's all about your opinion. Watch it at 7:30. Very interesting about Memphis. But do you see Memphis playing a huge role next season? Watch at 7:30, Tom Brown. Really all about you and where you come to at the end. It's quite a new interactive thing we're going to try out at 7:30, so watch out for that. Verratti, Carrot Gaming, £83 million seems quite a lot to me. Memphis will be a squad player at best, says Subra Roy. Maybe he will be. And Bradley Crawford, I think Rashford played great on the left wing for England. What do you think? I thought it was superb. And again, it's just an indication of what Manchester United players are trained in and that manoeuvrability that Sir Alex Ferguson always liked. I mean, he's a 19-year-old lad, or 18-year-old lad being thrown in for England on the left wing. That's not his position. And every time he got the ball, he looked dangerous. Adet Turnham says Mkhitaryan is not United quality in his opinion. This midfielder then, as Kieran was saying, André Gomes, I want to talk about him. Done a more in-depth video about André Gomes, but there's some exciting stats before I even talk about his performances in the Euros. Portugal, Ronaldo getting a lot of stick. All I'd say about that is that all these people giving Ronaldo stick make me laugh. You know, not one of us wouldn't sacrifice our left nut to have Ronaldo in our side. And, you know, whether he's passed it or not, he's one of the best players in the world. And I think some of the stick players are getting in the Euros. When it's banter, it's fine, but Zlatan's had it as well. Oh, he's not playing well for Sweden. Look at Ronaldo in a Portugal team that is 10 times better than the Swedish side, and he's not performing. He's one of the best players in the world. Carrot Gaming, Saul Niguez, really do like him. Tom Brown, André Gomes looks very special for Portugal. He does. What I think the Euros is all about that. It's about looking at players that you don't probably get to see as much as you'd like. Saw bits of him for Valencia under Gary Neville, but they had their own problems. But seeing him in this Portugal team, he always wants the ball. He's 6'1", 6'2". Always wants the ball. Good off both feet. Very quick for a big man. Very skillful for a big man, and very good with passing, long and short, running at players, creativity, shooting. He's got the whole package. And what I like about André Gomes is that he is powerful, and he is 6'1" or 2". Let's see, we call him 6'2", which makes him perfect for the Premier League. He's quick for a big man. He's strong, obviously, because he is a big man, and he's very good on the ball. He's got absolutely everything to play in the Premier League. And the good thing is he's good when he's in the final third, but he's very good around the centre circle. He's almost like an attacking Carrick in a sense, who's quick on the ball and can run with the ball, which is, you know, perfect for what we need. And I'm starting to lean towards, although the rumours around Manchester United going for him are a bit subdued, I'm starting to lean towards that we need a centre midfielder, and he would be perfect for it. Obviously, we'd love Pogba, but I like André Gomes. And to be honest, my only concern about this is that maybe Mourinho and Manchester United aren't interested, because we heard last week that Chelsea had offered 32 million. It had been knocked back. We're hearing that Barcelona are interested, and he'd prefer Barcelona. We're also hearing that Juventus are heavily involved, which I'd said in my video a few weeks ago. But if Manchester United want him, his agent is George Mendes. So that makes it very doable for Manchester United, because George Mendes means Mourinho, same agent, etc. And having watched him in the Euros and a little bit last season for Valencia, I don't know what you lot think, but I like him. Ryan FC, morning, mates. Yeah, I really do like André Gomes. I think he's in the top 2 or 3 midfielders that I would like to see at the moment. But it's interesting. It's all about your opinion. Jack Taylor, just my opinion, but Gomes doesn't seem like an upgrade on what we have. It's a good point, Jack. It's hard to say, because Herrera, Schneidlin, Schweinsteiger, Mata, Rooney, I'm trying to think of other midfielders who haven't really performed. I suppose Memphis, although they're more wide players. Pereira. We haven't seen them. We haven't seen what they're capable of. Louis van Gaal was a suppressor. He didn't let them express themselves. They will be better players next year. So it's very hard to say whether Gomes is an upgrade on Schweinsteiger, Herrera, Pereira, I don't know. It's a good point, Jack. It really is, because we do not know, because we haven't seen for the last 2 years what those midfielders can be when they're allowed to express themselves, which Mourinho does let his attacking midfielders do, or his midfielders. He lets them express themselves as long as they're disciplined when they haven't got the ball. It's a good point, but I do think André Gomes would be a nice addition. I don't know whether Manchester United are in for him, but hopefully we are. Connor says, I like him, but his decision making is a bit off. Varun says Jose should not play Rooney in a holding midfield next season. Number 10 is fine. We need legs in central midfield. Rooney's interesting. Rooney's very interesting. I'm sort of going to revisit that over the next couple of days on the channel. So keep an eye out on that, because Rooney's always a divider, but I have been impressed with him lately. And I think the exciting thing about the Euros as well is England will be through to the next stage. Let's see how Rooney performs in centre midfield against better sides. Daniel Nolan, I really like how it looks like Mourinho is looking at these younger players like Embolo, and we already have Bailly. Looks like me, he's planning beyond 3 years, which I've said that, and a lot of you have. He definitely wants to build a dynasty, wanted to do it at Chelsea, but Chelsea are mercenaries and they sack the manager for anything. And Subra says he's got total faith in Mourinho. Right, talking about that youth thing, Adam Ounas, does anybody know much about him? I just want to say about André Gomes very quickly as well, talking about the youth. He's only 22. I thought he was about 26, 27 because he plays with that sort of experience. He's 22. He's still got growth in him as a player, which is another reason why I would sign him, because his prime's 3 years off. And he already looks very good. He's dictating. I mean, that Portugal team's not bad. They're just not taking their chances. And he's doing really well. I liked the look of Carvalho as well. I know he sort of divides opinion a bit. Nav says Herrera will shine next week. Right, Adam Ounas. What do we know about him? Well, he's 19 years of age, not 20 until, I think, November time. Quite a small player, plays for Bordeaux, suddenly come onto the scene. Another young player Manchester United are linked with. Personally has said he likes to play on the right midfield, but he can play anywhere in that attacking 3 position, which again makes him very desirable. He's quick. His major asset is he's very good on the ball, superb control of the ball, very good off both feet, and very good dribbler. So, you know, that sort of fits in, with the sorts of player that we want at Manchester United. Can play across that front 3, good with the ball, and quick with the ball, which is very, very important. He's the sort of player that when you do a bit of research on him, and I haven't seen him play a lot, so I hope a lot of you are going to say, Connor says he plays good for Bordeaux, but is he able to cope in a faster paced league? That's exactly what I was going to say, Connor. There's a few of you right on the ball today. Carrick Fansec 16 says Bonucci for centre-back, kill it, end it. I think it was in the Daily Star, which means nothing anyway. Bonucci is like Cannavaro in his prime. They will not leave Italy, and they definitely won't come to the Premier League, because the Premier League is a graveyard for Italian defenders. Never going to happen. Aspilicueta says Subra, don't really want him. I've said it before, signing Chelsea players is a bit like nicking somebody else's wife. The only one I would do is Willian. And not in that sense. Darmian can be as good as Aspilicueta, says Dan. Do agree with that. Are we still linked with Matic, says Kevin McGee? Hope not. I'm going through your comments because I'm hoping some people are going to mention on Ounas, because I haven't seen a lot of him. However, a little bit of reading I did this morning about him. Nav Ahmed's made a great point about Manolas, which we'll come back to. Ounas, attitude problems. He's improved, but he's been a bit of an attitude problem, and we've already got that with Memphis. That's not to say he hasn't moved past those problems, and I think Mourinho is a great man manager, and he could do great things with Memphis, hopefully, and hopefully Ounas. But we don't want another problem in the dressing room. And also, I do hold out hope for Pereira. I was on about him all season last year, especially on the pre-season tour, when he was our best Manchester United player on the tour that included all our first team, and he never got a look in by Louis van Gaal. I'm hoping Mourinho will give Pereira some time, because I do think he can be top quality, and I do think if we let him go, he'll go off to another club and we'll go, oh, we could have done something with that. So Adam Ounas, I don't even know what we are heavily linked with him. I mean, I think when I talk about Embolo, Zlatan, André Gomes and Ounas, these are 4 signings that they are, you know, I'm not plucking them out. I could have talked to you about Pogba, my thoughts on Ronaldo, Neymar. I think they're a waste of time, and I try not to do that because I think we like to talk realistically. And these are 4 signings that definitely could be done for Manchester United, and 2 of them will be Zlatan and Embolo. You can take my word for it. They will be signing for Manchester United, so get excited for that. Just having a quick look at my notes. Yeah, we've covered that. Who do you think, guys, will be the goalkeeper? I think De Gea, 100%. He's staying now. I think that's sort of like been missed. There was this buyout clause that ended last Wednesday where Real Madrid could have signed him. A lot of us didn't think it was going to happen, but we're a little bit nervous. It's passed now. Applaud him. Applaud Jose Mourinho. He has made De Gea stay, and we said that. I think if we kept Van Gaal, De Gea was going. You get Mourinho in, same agent again, George Mendes, De Gea, Mourinho makes him stay. And Mourinho is doing some great things. There's a little bit of an undercurrent for Mourinho with some Manchester United fans, though, and I don't know whether some of you sort of picked up on this, but there definitely is. I'm reading stuff all the time. We don't want Zlatan. Mourinho's negative. Youth. There's an undercurrent waiting for him to fail, which he won't, but it is interesting. I don't know whether some of you picked up on that, but I think already he's done some fantastic things. Got rid of Nick Powell. He had to go. Waste of time. Valdez, I don't know, but I trust him. De Gea stays, which is massive, and it's sort of gone on. The press are all more than happy to report negative stuff, but that clause was there. De Gea could have gone, and Mourinho's kept him. I think that's fantastic. I think Bailly, young centre-back, going against this myth that he doesn't buy youth. Embolo again, Zlatan. Not many clubs would get Zlatan, who could easily go to China or America and earn a lot of money, or go to a Champions League club in an easier league. We get him with no Champions League football. Again, the Mourinho factor, Zlatan. Embolo, I think he's going to be a top quality striker. I see a lot of Drogba in him. He's the closest thing to Drogba in youth football at the moment. And if you get that sort of striker, you're laughing. I heard somebody the other day saying Lukaku's the man because he scored as many goals as Ronaldo and Messi had at that age. Stats can be deceptive. Lukaku, if you've seen him, he gets chances, he takes them, but he's not a Manchester United striker. He's a bottler. His first touch isn't good. There's a reason none of the top Premier League clubs will sign him, and he'll probably end up at Juventus. He's not signing for United anyway. Mourinho's got rid of him once before. Nav said Adam Ounas has got plenty of pace. That's important. We need some more pace in this side. Somebody said before, I am going to talk about Manolas in a moment. Kieran says, I thought Embolo was a lot like Lukaku, but that was before seeing him in the Euros. You can definitely see a huge difference. Big fan. Is that because he's black? I mean, and I'm not, obviously racism is a bad thing. And if anybody's going to make those sort of comments, they'll be blocked. But is it because he's tall and he's black and, he's from, he's Swiss, isn't he? I don't know whether subconsciously people start to think, oh, that's because he's like Lukaku. Absolutely nothing like him. He's got really good control, very quick, very powerful like Lukaku. But as I said, in a one-on-one situation and his ball control and his body shape and what he does with the ball, he's more like Drogba. Lukaku will never be a Drogba because he's a bit like a brick wall when the ball bounces off him and he takes a good 10 yards to get running. I don't understand the Lukaku and Embolo link at all, and I think Kieran's absolutely spot on. United bid 26 million for Will Grigg. Will Griggs is on fire. But pace is really important because I think, for me, Rooney is important to keep an eye on Rooney in the centre midfielder for England because I think his position in the Manchester United shirt is going to be one of them two centre midfield positions. Because if you put him in at number 10 and then you've got Zlatan at number 9, that's two players that aren't very quick. Zlatan doesn't need to rely on pace because he's brilliant with his back to goal. He's good in the box when you want to put the ball in there. He's not the sort of player that's going to run in behind. You need your right and your left-sided attacking midfielder to do that, which on the left side with Martial's fine, which is why the right midfielder cannot be a Mata, an Ashley Young, a Valencia or Lingard. It's got to be a speed merchant who's very good at finishing and skillful, which is where the likes of Ounas, Mkhitaryan and Lozano from Mexico really, we've got to buy a right midfielder. But then ideally, I think I'd like a number 10 who's quick, who can get beyond Zlatan, and Rooney won't do that. And that's why I'm thinking Rooney might be the centre midfielder in the future. But we've got a whole video on that. Morata to Man United, says Viva Ben. I've been disappointed. I want Zlatan, to be honest. Manolas, I wanted to talk about. I like Manolas. Watch my video I did yesterday after this one. It's very good. It's my predicted 11 for Bournemouth of how I would like to see. It's only got 3 new signings in it. One is Manolas. Done a video on Manolas before. We've talked about Manolas a lot before. If you don't know anything about Manolas, he's a very strong Greek defender at Roma. Basically replaced, forget his name, begins with a B. Is it Ben? He went to Bayern Munich. Somebody will put it up there. And he's been a revelation since he got there. They don't want to sell him. Probably cost us about £30 million. He's experienced. He's around 25 years of age. Like I said, very good in the air, very powerful, very good recovery pace. He's got the natural attributes to come to the Premier League and be a revelation. You can never say that will happen, but he's got all the attributes. If I could pick anybody over Stones or Varane, I really rate this guy, Manolas, and I would take him. Hence, he's in my 11. The interesting thing is Roma are bending over backwards to try Benatia. Thank you very much. Loads of you getting up that. I knew you would. Superb viewers on the United Stand as per usual. Getting me out of jail. Yeah, so I really like Manolas, I really do. But Roma are doing everything they can not to sell him. They've just lost Pjanic to Juventus, another player we were linked with. Interestingly, on Pjanic, apparently, I can't remember who reported this. It wasn't Dimarzio, so it may not be true. And we've certainly not heard this. And I think it might be a little bit of paper talk. But apparently, Mourinho didn't bother with Pjanic because he wanted to put all his effort into Pogba. It's a nice story, but for me, it's still a story. There's nothing. I'm not going to report anything on Pogba at the moment because I think other video channels and Twitter accounts are sort of doing it for it's clickbait. I think in the end of the day, there's nothing to suggest that we're going to get Pogba other than paper talk. We hopefully we will get him, but I'm not going to move on it until I'm pretty sure, because I think why waste your time getting all excited about it. So yeah, Manolas. But the big thing about Manolas is I really want him. Yeah, that's the big thing. No, Martin Skrtel has just signed for Roma on a 3-year deal. He's a centre-back. Is that an indication that they are replacing Manolas by bringing another centre-back in? I hope so. I can't say Manolas is going to come to Manchester United, but we were linked with him about a month ago quite strongly. And I think it was Dimarzio who mentioned it. It was certainly the Italian press. And it was sort of left field because we did a video on it. And we don't normally do videos on anybody. And we did it on Manolas, obviously because I like him anyway. And this Skrtel thing as well, it's just starting to think they've bought another centre-back. Could happen. I'd be ecstatic if we got Manolas, really would. We'll get linked with Pogba every summer, unfortunately, says Josh. What's going to happen with Pogba is, if he has a good Euros, I mean, France have been absolutely dreadful, but they're into the group stage. So that's another 2 games for them. I know them playing tonight. Hopefully Martial will play, which is why we're not doing a 9:00 Sunday show. We'll do it at 7:30. But Pogba is obviously going to become a focal point. If he has a good Euros, Real Madrid, you know what they're like. They're just going to sign him. It's the same with Griezmann. They can't get Griezmann because Atletico Madrid don't go to Real Madrid. But I'd still love Griezmann to come to Manchester United. And where would Pogba go? I suppose Pogba, you wouldn't want him in the 2 centre midfield positions because they're a bit more withdrawn. Would you put him in as a number 10? I don't know whether Pogba, as much as I'd like him to sign, where would you fit him into a Manchester United side? We've just spoken there. You want Zlatan as your number 9. You want 3 attacking midfielders who are pacey, which isn't Pogba. And then you want 2 centre midfielders who are box-to-box, good on the ball. I'm thinking Schneidlin, Rooney, Schweinsteiger, Carrick, Herrera, Gomes, that sort of player there. Does he put Pogba in there? I don't know. I don't know where Pogba fits in, really. I mean, he's a good signing, but shall I be blunt and say, actually, I probably don't want him because I don't know where he'd fit in? No, I don't think I'm that blunt, but you know what I mean. Kante is, for 20 million, absolutely impressed with him. Jim Olsen says that, and I would agree with that. I really, really would. Nolan, yeah, the Sunday live show is at 7:30 tonight. They've always been at 9:00, but we weren't going to do them while the Euros are on. It's a bit hit and miss. I was going to do a 9:00 tonight, but I think Martial probably will play for France because they've got their 2 wins. So we'll do one at 7:30, which, as I said at the start of the show, is very, very interactive, the show at 7:30 tonight. It's about Memphis. I'll lead the show, but it's all going to be interactive with this, that, and the other, and where do you go and stuff like that. So join that, watch that at 7:30. And we've also got another video which is absolutely superb around transfers, which again is all about you. I'm not that fond of Schneidlin, says Orbia, who made a very good comment. He said the only 2 people I trust at the moment in relation to transfer news is Dimarzio and the United stand. Appreciate that. I know, believe what you want to believe, but we were right about Bay about 3 or 4 days before. Last Sunday I said Embolo will sign, and now all week everybody started saying to happen. We do have a couple of people who speak to us in the media and give us things, and we don't get everything. I can't tell you. I think Zlatan's a done deal, but I haven't been told that. I just think looking at it, it is a done deal. I'll be amazed if it doesn't happen. And Embolo, yeah, definitely is going to happen. Bailly definitely was going to happen. Manolas, haven't got a bloody clue. More hoping that's going to happen. So you don't get, the thing is, these Twitter accounts, and you'll know it as well, Dimarzio doesn't come out with everything because he doesn't get everything. If you've got genuine information coming in, you'll have a good couple of people that you speak to, and you'll get a grasp of what's coming through. These people who say they know absolutely everything, they're absolute clickbait liars. That's just not the way the media works. And these people who think they say they're getting things from Manchester United, again, that's not how it works in the media at all. You'll get little tidbits, you'll feed off that. I'm happy that we said Bailly was going to be done. I'm happy that we've said Embolo for a week is going to be done, and we'll live off those. But I'm not going to start saying, oh, the centre midfielder we're going to sign is André Gomes, because I'd be going 50-50. And then if it gets wrong, as I've said, I'll come and apologise on video. If we get it wrong, we'll get it wrong. Ounas, I don't know. All I've been told about Ounas is that we are consistently linked with him. He's a young player. I don't know. Kev McGrath says Draxler. I've never been impressed with Draxler. You know, we sort of linked to him last summer when he went to Wolfsburg, wasn't it? Was it from Schalke to Wolfsburg? And I wasn't impressed with him when he played against Manchester United, and I wasn't impressed with him for Germany the other night. I know a lot of people like him, but he's not for me. If we're going a right midfielder, it'd be Mkhitaryan, Hirving Lozano, Willian. They'd be the three I'd go for. Or somebody like Ounas, who I don't know a lot about. You know, I really liked Coman from Kingsley Coman for Bayern Munich on loan from Juventus. Hence, we'll never get him because it's complicated, but I do like him. Sane, Kenny Lane, I think he's going to Manchester City. Tony Kroos is somebody I'd like us to sign as well, but I think City are going to comfortably get in for him. If you're enjoying these videos, I'm going to try and do them a lot more. The Euros is sort of impacting it on a bit, but I do like interacting with the live comment section with all you lot, talking about all the transfer stuff. There's loads of stuff going on there that feeds into what I talk about as well. So please do drop us a like, subscribe to the United Stand if you are new, and share the video. And let's get it bigger and bigger, because I think some of the content we get is absolutely superb. Absolutely superb. Miss Colsey says, great channel. Thanks very much. Bonucci, Juventus Ultra, no way we'll get him. Yeah, Bonucci, I watch a lot of Italian football. I love Juventus. They're one of my top three teams in world football and have been for many years. I just love Juventus, the old lady. I mean, obviously Manchester United are my club, but I love Juventus. And Bonucci's a player that, especially me and Joey, who do the channel, really, really do like. And I think we did a video on him in last January. But if you know the way Italian defenders work, it's very like Cannavaro, as I said. He's not going to leave Serie A. And unfortunately, every Italian defender, especially who comes to England, is failed. You know, Darmian, I hoped and still hope could break that mould. But Bonucci's not going to come here as good as he is. He's just not. It's not going to happen. And I know Chelsea are linked to him, but it's not going to happen. Jordan says, hi, Mark. 200 people watching, 50 likes. Hit the like button, says Orb. Yeah, please do watch. Please do drop a like. United Stand, best United channel out there. Great for Father's Day on the sofa, especially. Thanks, Kev. It's humbling to do a video like this at 11 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. It's very important because you get a lot of Sunday paper stuff. And I think hopefully we've covered 4 players. Embolo, Zlatan, who I'm happy to say are going to sign. Ounas, let's see. André Gomes, I'd like. So we've covered 4 really good, realistic targets that I think we can all talk about and get excited about, whether you're watching live or not. Your Pogbas, your Neymars. At this stage, what do you want me to give you? I like them, but I think they're totally unrealistic. I just really do. But Mourinho can do anything, I would say that. So the way it's going to work, I did my top 11 yesterday for the Bournemouth game. 3 new signings in there. Go and watch that if you want to. We've got a video coming up later in relation to Memphis, which is a new thing I'm going to try on the channel. Sort of Zara and Joey's idea. And it's interactive. So I will be talking at you, but it's going to have stuff up here where you click your answer and you interact with us and you tell us what you think, and we'll get to this conclusion about whether Memphis has a future at Manchester United. Also this week going up, an absolutely brilliant idea, not mine, well, I will take credit, around transfers to Manchester United, which again, what we're trying to do is get more interaction from you lot. You know, you put so much time and effort into the channel, and you come out with such. I love doing the transfer shows, like I say, because there's so much knowledge in there, and it's so easy to feed off. You know, I do have players I want to discuss, but I could just start a show and just carry on for what seems like ages, like I have today. So I applaud all of you, and I've always said the United Stand is about you. It is your channel, and we're nothing without you. So just keep sharing, keep liking the videos, keep mentioning the United Stand, and we will grow because we are independent. It is your channel. We won best new vlog last year at the FBA's Football Blogging Awards, and we just keep getting bigger and bigger because our mantra has always been it's football for the fans, by the fans. It is the fan channel. There's no, we are independent. All these other channels, they've got big media companies behind them, and that's why they're as big as they are. But we're whether we're against them or not, which we're not, but it's more about the clubs who are making so much money out of fans and have gone so corporate that we do the United Stand because we want a clear, clean, 100% real fan opinion channel where people can say what they like for the love of the club. And that's what you lot do. And that's why we do it. So word of mouth is the best way to grow. Just mention the United Stand to any Manchester United fans that you know. Share the videos, like the videos, keep getting involved, keep commenting. We do try to reply to every single comment you do on the videos if you're not watching live, because they're very important as well. I know you can't all do that. But yeah, cheers everyone for watching. And there's some great content coming up over the next couple of days. The transfer one, I think, for me personally, is going to be a real treat because it's all going to be about you lot. Probably put that up. Won't put it up tomorrow because England are playing. Probably put it up on Tuesday or Wednesday. Let's have a look. Mark, what about the sign William Carvalho? Was very impressed about him, but what I would say about Carvalho is that he's been linked to United and Arsenal for about 3 or 4 years now, and no one ever takes the risk on him. There's obviously a reason for that. He literally has been mentioned for about 3 or 4 years, and no Premier League club will take a risk on him, and I don't understand that why. But Embolo said it a week ago, he'll sign for Manchester United. You can stamp that off, and I'll do a video saying I was wrong if I was, but I won't be. Zlatan, yes, I think that's going to happen. And the exciting thing about Zlatan is if that happens, Breola's his agent. Mkhitaryan rumours are true then. That could happen. And he's also Pogba's agent. But I think we're a long way off that. I think people doing videos about Pogba, oh, we're going to sign Pogba. Clickbait. Shaw will be like a new signing. Yeah, I did that in the video for my top 11. Luke Shaw is like a new signing. In fact, in my top 11 video, if you want to go and watch that now, there's a comment in there saying, so not much different to last year then. There's 3 new signings in it. Luke Shaw's in it. Schweinsteiger and Schneiderlin are in it. And it's a whole different team because they haven't got that clown Van Hal in charge. So definitely different. Shaw will be vital yet. Okay, we'll cut it off there. I don't know how long we've gone on for, but loads of you have put some effort in. Thanks everybody for watching. Love doing the United Stand, obviously. And it's fantastic. I'll definitely do these again. What we need to pin down is a good time to do it. So if you haven't left yet, I know a lot of you are leaving, but what sort of time should we start doing these videos? We're doing one Thursday night at 9 o'clock because there's no Euro games on Thursday and Friday. And I don't think there is for the next few weeks. So Thursday at 9 o'clock, we'll do a transfer show. Definitely try and do it on a Sunday morning at this time. And I think a nicer the time would be Tuesday, maybe at 9 o'clock. I think 9 o'clock is the sort of time that would suit everybody in the week. And obviously at the weekend, we've got mornings, I think around this time would work well. But I think a couple of weeks, maybe Tuesday and Thursday at 9 o'clock and a Sunday morning one. And then obviously we'll bring the Sunday night show, which is more looking at next season and stuff like that. But give us your thoughts. And as Pink Rose, please subscribe to me because you're a legend, says Pink Rose. I'll have a look. As long as you all subscribe to the United Stand and keep spreading the word and getting involved, because this channel could be absolutely amazing. I think nobody does it like us, and that's because of all you lot and the way you get involved. Nobody ever has. That's why we started it, and I don't think anybody can touch it because it's all about you. Thanks, everybody. Speak to you soon, and watch out for the video at 7:30. That is very much going to be about you. It's a new idea about interacting, and be interested to see where we go if you all answer honestly. Speak to you later.